Okay, today we're playing a blue-white flash deck that Andrew Jessup got a 5-0 with. He's tuned the original version of the list, made the mana base a bit better. He added some Gear Hulks and these Wizard's Retorts, which is really exciting. Being able to play Counterspell in Standard. I'm really excited to give this list a try. He also removed some of the blisters, because blister's like pretty good, but it's not an effect you want to overload on, since it is quite expensive what you get out of it. And the deck just plays like a decent flash deck. You play Wrath to give cards like History of Dominaria and Lyra flash, so that they play really well alongside your counterspells, your Merfolk Tricksters, your Settles, your Gearhawks. Eventually you reach a point where like almost everything in your deck you can cast at instant speed because of Wrath, which is really threatening. Yeah, this is Jessup's list read. It's really exciting. I'm looking forward to some games with this. The original version of this list, when it 5-0'd, I thought looked sweet, but also like there were some card choices I thought looked a bit dodgy. Whereas this version seems much more tuned to me. Why is there commit memory? I think the commit memories are versatile answers. The idea of them is they're versatile answers that also keep your instant count high for Gearhawk. So that makes like a lot of sense to me. They kind of act like cast outs if you're pressuring your opponent with flyers, because removing their threat for a couple turns is like casting it out. And then later in the game you can even Gearhawk back the commit, which is really nice. So the commits make a fair amount of sense. Also, commit makes you a lot less weak to Urza's Ruinous Blast than Cast Out does. Like when you're playing Cast Outs plus COAs, Urza's Ruinous Blast seems kind of brutal. Anyway, excited to get into my first match of this deck. We will mulligan the 6-lander, I think. As good as History of Dominaria is. Oh boy. This is not the dream hand. I just even keep this just because going down to 5 really sucks, but obviously the Trickster's not live for quite a while here. It is an awkward 6. If this was like a Glacial Fortress, I'd feel a lot more comfortable. As it is, I think I still have to keep this instead of going down to 5. But it's obviously not great. It's obviously not great. Alright, Wrath is interesting. Oh my god, Steven. Oh my god, Intolerable Dota. Thank you so much for that subscription. It's the best way to support the stream, and I really appreciate it. Everyone fill the chat with hearts to celebrate our new subscriber. I think I'm going to keep this. I need to draw a blue source. I kind of need to draw a blue source to play this game anyway, and this gives me 4-drop into 5-drop. So at least like I'm guaranteed to do something on turn 4. I don't know, it's really close. I guess I'm bottoming this. You can't believe we cut the wastes. I can't believe it either, George. Regret. Ooh, History of Benalia is nice. It's going to make this hand do a lot more. Having something to do on turn 3, especially if our opponent's on a control deck. This should give us a decent amount of pressure. Mid-range flash. Yeah, I guess it's kind of just mid-range as well, but... Ooh, Clutch Syncopate. Awkward game. Both players missing land drops. Imagine if we drew a colourless land with Scry 1 now. Couldn't possibly lose then, could we? Yeah, it isn't a control deck, it's just mid-range. Flash is mid-range. It's a good stuff deck with debatable amounts of good stuff. Thinks I'm mono-white, yeah. Opponent's just discarding so many cards right now. Jeez. Kind of brutal for them. This game is a picture. Just good, clean magic. Oh my god. Kind of want to pass the turn and just cast Trickster, so that they don't get to like use a counter spell here nicely. And then if they miss their land drop, they're going to have to discard in their end step anyway. Okay, they're starting to hit land drops now. I'm just going to flash in my 2/2 quite happily. I mean, we were also having mana problems, Steven, to be fair. Alright, I get to attack my 2/2. Likely to get Seal Awayed, but that's fine. Yeah, hits them. I think I'm going to cast Lyra here. I don't want them illuminating this turn if I can help it. So I kind of just want to cast a big threat to force them to spend mana countering. I mean, how is it deck problems? Most like flashy style mid-range decks would be struggling to pressure their opponent very much, even with like the slight mana problems holding them back, right? Oh boy, we're dead. Teferi is very strong. Jeez. Yeah. This is kind of brutal. Our mana curve is quite high, for sure. But we have to be able to play against like the mid-range decks, right? Which requires you to have like some fairly large creatures. Only having 2 blue is really awkward here, otherwise we could go... Like if we had 4 blue, we could do these, I guess. I guess we just have to pass the turn and flash in another 2/2. I guess that's what we're doing. Like if we... I guess if we cast Lyra, they get to minus on her. I guess that's kind of decent for us. This way we could hope to flash in another Trickster and have Retort up though. You think Scatters could be good over the Blinks in the control deck? I could see that being the case, J-Rod. Scatter seems very good right now. There's lots of like random creatures running around. Is this going to be a Gearhulk? Please don't be a Gearhulk. No Gearhulk. Okay. Now we have Retort up for their Settle, which is really nice. Hopefully we can take down this Teferi here. Attack Teferi with both. Cool, we're going to counter this, I think. And then we're just going to hope they don't have a the 2 mana enchantment. I feel if they had the 2 mana enchantment in hand already, they'd have used it last turn to snipe one of our Tricksters just to keep Teferi's loyalty higher. So I'm assuming they don't have one in hand unless they've top decked one. Awesome. We get rid of the Teferi. That's so good for us. Merfolk Tricksters kind of doing something right now. Being the 2/2s they dreamed of being. This is fine. I could bounce it with the Blink. I think Blink's going to be better later on though. Maybe I bounce it. It's just like trading this for a 2/2. 2/2 isn't the worst thing in the world right now. But yes, I just like sit on this. We'll do something better later. It's kind of awkward that if I cast Lyra and they draw another Teferi, they just get to minus on her. But they've already played 2 Teferis, so I'm assuming they probably don't have another one in hand right now. So it's probably safe just to slam Lyra. Okay, that's another land. That's not the worst because we get to hold up Blink of an Eye, I guess. I'm just going to go ahead and cast her. We kind of need to try and pressure our opponent when we have like dead cards in hand. You do, Yalga. you do get two kick spells that you Gearhulk back. A bit like you get to... Binding the Lyra. I think I'm going to bounce her in response, because I kind of don't want them stopping me from just like putting 2 dead cards in my deck. It's like a bit sad, because we kind of want to like bounce the Gearhulk ideally, but I think this is fine. Stops them putting a bunch of dead cards in my deck. Yeah, exactly, Nucleo. So, it's like how you were always able to Gearhulk back Blessed Alliance and cast the, like, alternatively named kicker on that. Yeah, exactly what Nucleo said. Escalate, that was the one I was thinking of. I can't keep up with all, like, the kicker variants. I could just cast this as a 5/6, but I think I'm going to sit on it. I think just running out my Gearhulk seems pretty bad. It's kind of awkward. They discarded so many cards earlier in the game to struggling on lands. But, we're drawing a bunch of settles and stuff that are dead against their deck, which is really awkward for us. I think I'm going to try and Gearhulk cancel this. If they counter my Gearhulk, it's so sad. But I think I'm just going to hope that they have a bunch of removal in hand, because I need to get a clock going. Their deck's better equipped to play a late game than mine. Yep. And that wasn't that unlikely. We hadn't seen a disallow yet, and they're almost halfway through their deck. But I feel like we had to go for that. Gearhulk should be a wizard. That would be kind of dreamy. What was that? Oh, they cast Approach. Alright. Apparently they're not playing Gearhulks. Things we have learnt. So we're going to cycle this. I don't know why I almost played it there. I'm going to cycle it. Draw another seal away. This is not looking great for us. So the Approach is currently the 6th card down. We can try and time our mill correctly, potentially. Yeah, I agree, Fried. So it's currently the 6th card down. So this is going to get rid of the top 4. And then we mill them with the Rivulet. I don't think we can afford to fight over this stuff with Retort anymore, sadly. They went bottom, so now we can mill with Rivulet. Since they've dug through 4 extra cards with the Glimmer. The deck list should be up on Stream Decker. Lemonade. So it should be up on screen for you. There's 2 cards missing from the main deck, which are the Commit Memories, but... no worries. Alright. These removal spells are looking kinda orc right now. We almost need to draw like a Commit Memory. Commit this Ixalan's Binding, hope to resolve memory. Okay. That's a wizard. We have Freed, but that's like part of playing against Approach, right? They make a lot of your cards dead. That's why they're such a good game 1 deck. Yeah, I agree. It does seem a bit bad against a hand like that. Just gonna let that resolve. I don't want to fight over an Essence Scatter, really. That's my Ballista. Good to pass the turn. End of turn, start putting counters on it. They have all their rivulets. They can mill us for 16. Right, put a counter on my ballista. Gearhulk's not the worst. I think I attack here. They can settle my ballista then. That means I get to go get another island, which means I can have retort plus Gearhulk up, which isn't the worst. I don't know. I guess that's fine. I guess more lands is good, especially if we're hoping to draw into a commit memory. Having more lands seems really good for that reason. Okay, this is the max punish. This is the max punish, the seal away. I'm just gonna do this. Fire 3 damage at their face and pass the turn. Construct Tribal. Imagine if it was Construct's Retort. Then we'd be sorted. It's kind of annoying because we don't get the land out of this, which we'd have got out of Settle, is the reason I was a bit annoyed, but I'm playing on Magic the Gathering online. I could counter this, then I can't counter an approach though. I think I'm just going to let this resolve. If we can, like, we've already probably dealt with all their Teferis, so if we can counter all their approaches, which is kind of unlikely, but it's certainly an outwinning. Ugh. This is scary. I might have to counter that one. I die if they have an approach. I feel like this gets them cards too quickly though. I think I have to do this, sadly. It's probably just going to eat a disallow anyway, or they're going to cast approach and we're going to die, which is also just like whatever. Alright, they now have a search and play, which means this game gets a lot harder. We can counterspell with our Gearhulk, which is nice, but I imagine we're probably going to lose this. I'm just going to find all their approaches and counterspells with their Ascanta now. But we get to find out more about like the exact composition of their deck, which is nice, I guess. We could just draw into more counterspells too. Right, History of Benalia is good, it creates some pressure. Pass the turn back. They get to start activating Ascanta here, which is not the end of the world, but okay. They find a settle. That is fine. We were not really planning on attacking them that much anyway. We get another token. We can attack them with this token. Push 2 damage. We really need to draw more counterspells now if we're going to win this, I think. So far they've been through 2 disallows, so they probably have 2 more in their deck, which is a bit scary because it means we have to grind through 2 disallows and like at least 1 more approach, realistically. To disallow. Yes, I'm just going to attack with both. If they settle me, then I have more mana, which potentially makes Syncopate's dead. I just get to cast the second history this turn anyway. Island. I'm not keeping up with the lore stuff in chat, I will admit. Alright, they get to activate a scan through and a glimmer. Okay. So they're basically going to have every card in their hand by, like, next turn. We still haven't found another approach, which is a bit surprising. Nine cards in opponent's library, yeah. You're pretty low on cards right now. They usually run free, which obviously we can never beat, but we don't know that opponent's list is like a normal one. Okay, I assume they're slamming this turn. And then we're gonna die to it. Let this resolve then. I will scoop. Ooh. Okay, they have a disallow in hand, so they can counter our Gearhawk. So we're just going to concede it. Alright, so we're against a blue-white approach control deck. So we have no Field of Ruins, so Azcanta is just terrifying against this deck, huh? We get to board in Jace's Defeats, Negates, Teferi, potentially Sorcerer's Spyglass. I'd rather not board in this if I can help it, but I guess Forsakes are also possibilities. These Settles are garbage, and these Seal Aways are garbage. It's kind of awkward. We have to be able to kill Lyra, but I guess we have counter spells and commits to deal with Lyra, and like Teferis, so maybe Lyra's fine. And we just like clean board in 6 cards, board out 6 cards. Don't really want to remove the Merfolk Tricksters because I feel like we need them as early pressure. I guess the Forsakes are pretty good. They have cast outs too. So I might just cut Walking Ballistas for Forsakes. Yeah. MTG Blogger. I'd like to have some amount of removal for them. The problem is neither of these really deal with Lyra very well. I guess you can Trickster down a Lyra and then seal her away, which is fine. Like, they can just leave Lyra on defense, but yes, we do have Merfolk Trickster. I don't know, I think I'm going to hope that my Wizard's Retorts and Commits and Teferis can deal with their creatures. Yeah, Teferi owns Lyra for sure. And we have, like, Jace's Defeats for Gearhawks as well. So, I think we're just going to hope to deal with the creatures other ways, rather than bringing in removal that only interacts with specifically the creatures and nothing else. I think that sounds a bit better to me. I just want turn 3 history of Dominaria. One time. Attack with all the 2/2s in the world. We get to go first. Alright, we're going to cross our fingers and hope we draw a white source for this. I'm going to play the island in case I draw Merfolk Trickster, so I can cast Trickster on 2. Oh my god. I think I'm gonna main phase this. I don't really want it getting countered, so it can start getting in some damage for me. Like, the one fear here is that it lets them happily resolve Search for Azcanta, but I think that's fine. It's not like we can counter a Search if they were to go for it anyway. They might just seal this away. I guess they'd rather leave up counter magic this turn though and then seal it away on our end step. Yep. I think I'm letting this resolve. I think spending a retort on this is pretty aggressive. End of combat step to send a message. Oh my god, Steven. You see the lines. You see the lines no one else sees. Alright, I'm gonna pass the turn with Wrath up. It's kind of awkward. We need to hit like an untapped land to go Wrath into Teferi here. But I'm still just gonna cast Wrath in that end step. And if they counter it, we can hope that that means we can slam Teferi. Okay, so we're hoping to draw an untapped land here. Or a Wizard's Retort. Okay. I'm very happy this deck doesn't have Zalfar and Void in, I'll say that much. We probably cannot justify jamming our Teferi here. If we hit an untapped land, we can go History of Dominaria with Retort up though. Or we can go History with Negate up, which is also fine. Like, generate some pressure. This is pretty good for us. If they Glimmer, am I countering? I feel like I just can't afford to let a Teferi resolve on their side. So I have to leave my Negate up. I guess if they resolve a Teferi, then I resolve a Teferi. Maybe I don't even care about Teferi. Actually, I think I don't even care about Teferi. Because I have my own one. So, like, if they Teferi, I just eat that Teferi of mine. Gearhulk's a bit scarier. But we couldn't have negated a Gearhulk anyway. You don't think I need to negate because I'm ahead on board? That makes some amount of sense. I guess I'm resolving my Teferi here. Probably not gonna minus on their Gearhulk though, because then they just get to use the Gearhulk again. I guess we get to counter it once they get it back. So maybe that's fine. Maybe it's fine to let them put this back in their deck since we have 2 Wizard's Retorts. And it means we get to like attack for 2, clear the board. And then we'll just have Wizard's Retorts up for Gearhulks and such. Alternatively I plus and I just have Knights to chump block forever. If you minus here they have to clear your Knights or they take a bunch of damage, yeah. If I tuck the seal away I can triple block. I'm not in love with that because then if they have like any interaction with my creatures they just eat my whole board. I think I want to minus. I think I get to attack with a Knight and then next turn the history is gonna hit its 3rd mode and I'm gonna get attacked for 8. And I have to like deal with my Teferi but also deal with my board. And I'm gonna hit them for 8 and then have Wizard Retorts up. So I think this is pretty good for me. We have to get rid of the 5/6 at some point in order to pressure them. So yeah, now we have a Trickster into Retort. This is gas. Hey there, doggo. Hope you're doing okay. So we hit them for 8. We now have a 2-turn clock in play. We have Trickster plus Retort up. So we're not worried about the Gearhulk particularly. I think I'm going to cast this. It lets me, makes these 2 mana each. So it makes them much cheaper for us to cast. It lets us cast both at once, which is really nice. Or both in the same turn rather, even if we miss the land. Jace's defeat is reasonable. I'm just going to attack with my team here. If they settle, I have 2 counter spells to deal with the settle. I'm just gonna Jace's defeat this. And then we'll counter this again. Awesome, we won. I'm just responding to a message quickly. Awesome. I think I'm just running this back. Didn't see any reason to change anything about this. It sounds very nice. Have a bunch of interaction and some decent pressure. This is like kind of dreamy, honestly. Just gonna lead with Glacial Fortress. If I draw an island, I'll have Trickster up turn 2. Ooh, this was scary. Them having Search on 2 makes their deck a lot scarier. For sure. Kinda. Ooh, I drew the Forsake for the Search. I feel like the control deck is better. It's possible. We're just trying stuff out. I think this deck is kind of cool. I kind of want to like Forsake this end of their turn, untap History. Just to put more pressure on their counter magic. I think that lines up a bit better. Yeah, it has been Nucleo, I agree. It has been a bit orc. Alright, we're going to end of turn Forsake, untap History. And then one of those should resolve. I feel like the deck needs more blue sources. You know these situations where you want to like... I mean, you need to cast Trickster on 2, and then you have like all these double blue counter spells. More blue sources sounds kind of great to me. Just going to cast this. They can't syncopate it, which is nice. They have to have like negate. Awesome. History's such a good card. This is like kind of silly. Like they have a bunch of Essence Scatters or whatever in hand. And we just get to sneak this underneath. I'm just going to pass the turn here. I can Trickster end of turn. I don't think I negate this. I'm a bit scared of Gearhulk specifically. A bit scared of Gearhulk specifically. If I... And like, this gives them more looks at a Gearhulk. But being able to like, have 2 negates up for a Fumigate seems amazing. Oh my god, Steven. I'm really torn on this. There's a bit of me that just doesn't want them to be able to dig for, dig for Gearhulks. I think I'm going to counter this, but I'm not convinced it's correct. Yeah, it definitely is, J-Rod. I agree. I'm not convinced countering that's correct, but I think I just want to keep them off Gearhulk for as long as possible. This is also a thing that exists. Jeez. I guess now I have to Teferi minus. Actually, that's kind of great for me. Teferi minus seems awesome here. Now they have to like spend loads of mana to redeploy it, and then it just gets tapped down by a Merfolk. And now they have to remove our Teferi, or we're drawing a bunch of cards. This is actually great. We're in a good position. Keep drawing cards. Attack and Trickster with negate backup later. Yeah, I think we're in a really good spot now with Teferi safely on board. If they Gearhulk, we can Trickster it down. Awesome. I'm just going to hold up Trickster plus Negate here. I could go History plus Negate, I guess. Maybe if we go History plus hold up Negate, then I guess I'm a bit worried about a Fumigate in that scenario. But it also just puts Lethal on the board. So does the Trickster. Trickster can tap down Lyra as well. Oh, I have the untap trigger too, yeah, so this is great. I agree. The untrap trigger means we do this. And just like deploy more stuff. Trading with a disallow here is awesome for us. Because we still have so much pressure on board. We're going to be like presenting lethal at the end of their turn. I don't think it can Lemonade. Yeah, because the trigger's already on the stack. Okay, so we just get to tap that down and kill them. These Tricksters have been gas. I don't know why I ever criticize these. They've been so good. Oh my god. These Tricksters have actually been great. I take back everything. Right, I'm gonna go get some water a sec, and I'll be back in 1 minute, and we'll hop into our second match with Blue-White Flash. This deck has been delightful so far. Alright, into our second match with Blue-White Flash. Pretty much, George. That's how it usually goes, right? Blue-White approach is not great post-board. It certainly isn't. So far it's been pretty good, Lemonade. Like, it's still the first, we're only entering our second match, jury's still out. We had a moment in that match, I think, where it being specifically retort let us hold up both at the same time. Like 2 copies instead of just 1. We'll mulligan this. Yes, I'm mulliganing this as well. It doesn't, even if we hit lands, it doesn't do anything till turn 5. I mean, maybe this is our best chance getting back in the game, hoping opponent's an aggressive deck and we get to settle them. Yes, that's possible. I think we're probably losing this, but if we can make ourselves look like blue-white control, then they might sideboard differently. So there's like some amount of motivation. Oh my god. That card seems kind of unbeatable. Arguel's Bloodfast. I was tempted to try and make myself look like blue-white control, but I guess I'm jamming these things. Like maybe I draw a History of Dominaria this turn. Can actually start representing some pressure. I think we're probably going to lose to this though. Main deck Arguel's Bloodfast is sick. I guess they figure the format's just like going to be slow and controlling. Slash midrangey. Yeah, pretty much, Lobster. Both teams did try hard. Yeah, I agree, Lobster. EV is better on just jamming our critter. Our one weakness, the best cards in the format. Oh my god, Steven. You are such a cynic. It's great, but... Alright, swing for 4. Probably have to kill one of these now. What rafts does black have? Black has Golden Demise, and there's the 4-mana one, Yahenni's Expertise. Are the two like main sort of wrath effects it has. It also has Bontu's Last Reckoning, but that one doesn't see as much play. Oh my god. So much card advantage. I think I'm just gonna move on here. I'm done. Not wasting my time on this game. Alright, sideboard. So we want Teferi. Probably want the Spyglass, honestly. And these Jace's defeats. Maybe these negates. So awkward. None of this removal really hits Scarab God. I guess we've got Teferi and Commit for Scarab God though. And counter spells. We do like a similar thing we did against Control. We're hoping we can lean on our other cards to answer Scarab God. That makes sense, Stephen. That makes sense. I think I prefer negates over these Forsakes. We'll just run this. We'll go first. This is an excellent hand. How annoying is Heart of Kiran for this deck? I do not know. We've not played against it yet. This is our second match of the deck. Oh, no! We get to take our History of Dominaria. That's so heartbreaking. That was like our best card. Yep. We have the Trickster, which is nice. I guess I'm just going to pass the turn and pretend we have nothing. It means they could Essence Scatter it, but like whatever. Yeah, Wrath Capuchin is awesome. For sure. Start swinging for 2 here. I think I'm just going to hold this up rather than play like a Ballista on 1. Ballista on 1 sounds incredibly unexciting. Ooh, we have double counterspell up now. Our standard's pretty sweet at the moment, Charlotte. I'm enjoying it. The Dominaria cards are a lot of fun. Also, hi Charlotte. Right, then we get to Wrath end of their turn. Yeah, Brawl is not looking great at the moment. That's fair, Charlotte. It's not for everyone. I think it's pretty enjoyable at the moment though. We've had a good time today. Sure, they counter my Wrath. I think I might just play a Ballista on 1 here and like continue to hold up Counterspell. Just add a bit more pressure to the board. Pretty much. Prowl the format. Ooh. Oh, we have a Ballista for this. We don't even care about the Siphoner. It's like whatever. We can just put a counter on our Ballista and kill this. Yeah, untapped land is great because now we get to put a counter on this. Continue to hold up Counterspell. Kill the Grinsleeve Siphoner. Attack for free. Ooh, aggressive. I guess I just... I'm not sure, Shop. I'm not sure we're attacking now. I think I'm passing with Retort up. And then, like, running back the adder counter next turn. I guess if I attack with both and they trade off with a Trickster, I get to keep my Ballista in play. Then I don't get to hold up Counterspell. Just gonna let this resolve. I'm just gonna pass the turn here. with Counterspell up. I don't really want to trade a Trickster with a Siphoner, I don't think, when we have this Ballista that kills the Siphoner so cleanly. And I don't want them to stick a Scarab God, so I think I have to hold open Counterspell for that reason. Just hit with the Merfolk. If they trade with the Merfolk, I don't have Counterspell up anymore. I think they want to trade with the Merfolk at the moment. So I think that's pretty bad for me. Just put a counter on this. Like, at the moment we're just trading our activations for disallows, which is pretty great. If they block, it's just really bad for us. We can't attack there, I don't think. I'm going to counter this. Stops them drawing a Siphoner. If they counter back, it gets a counter spell out of their hand. Yeah, it's pretty great, Nucleo, I agree. It's pretty great. Now we get to untap, put a counter on, continue to have retort up. This game has been sweet. We have been enjoying this game. I'm going to play this land out. As long as we're holding this counterspell in hand, we're pretty interested in just playing out lands, I think. And then we're going to kill the Siphoner. This Ballista has been MVP this game. Kind of just been MVP. You please don't have a counter. Need this to resolve. Awesome. So we can just cast Lyra this turn, I guess. Could also just put 2 counters on the Ballista, which is probably fine, but I think I'm just going to cast Lyra. Because then even if they have a blocker, we're in like a pretty good spot. I guess if they have an Essence Scatter, casting Lyra there's a bit awkward, but yeah, Walking Ballista is a hell of a magic card. Alright, opponent's treading water over there. Search might be too slow, we'll see. I can cast this for 4. We'll just put 2 counters on this to hit for an extra 2 though. I think I like that more. Because they kind of have to answer our board, and then we have like a 4-point burn spell in hand. It does appear that way, Stephen. Just like these Alpha and Void was our best land, so is Walking Ballista our best creature. They certainly need something. For sure. Pretty sure they just can't win this game now. With the second Ballista in hand. Like, there's no combination of cards I can think of that would... Yeah, Henny's Expertise, okay. That answers both creatures. But they're just not going to have mana up for our Ballista. Yeah, there's no single card that does it, I don't think. I guess they could have like the discard a creature from your opponent's hand card there. Seems kind of unlikely that they would have that in their deck. Yeah, they'd have to like take this from our hand or gain life, for sure. Right, I think just running this back. I'm pretty happy with how we have this set up post board. I think the Sorcerer's Spyglass is good too. I'm not sure I'd go with hilarious, Stephen. It would have been strong. I would admit that. It would have been strong. Might not have agreed with it being hilarious. Thank you, doggo. Hope grocery shopping goes okay. I think this is good enough. I think History of Benalia is just such a good card. And we can cycle this farmland later in the game. I'm going to keep. even if it's a bit land heavy. Right, we're definitely just going to play out lands here. Play out non-cycling lands and just hold this to cycle later. Oh geez, that card is so strong. Luckily we have a second history, which is nice, and we have a negate to protect it from a duress, which is pretty good too. So hopefully these histories can do work, because they're going to need to against this Bloodfast. Alright, go history of Dominaria. Yeah, double history seems really strong, Charlotte. Yeah, it definitely is Nucleo. This is definitely a hand that applies some pressure. They don't have any blue mana either yet, which is relevant too. Ooh, clutch, fatal push. Yeah, they also have no blue. They have to like sack the field to get blue. They do have a ruin, yeah, but they'd have to sack it. They missed their land drop for the turn. We might win this one. We might just win this one. I could hold up negate for Henny's expertise. I think I'd rather get down the second history though, and then as of next turn we get to hold up negate. We just hope to fade a demise or expertise this turn. And then next turn have negate up for it for the rest of the game. Gross. It's really strong. They are not legendary, no, George. This game is going to be really hard to win now. I think I just have to keep jamming threats with them having a search in play. I don't think holding up negate here does anything. We just really needed to fade this for 1 turn. Be still your beating heart. Yeah, this card is very, very good. Gifted Aetherborn. Alright. These lands though. These lands. We're just gonna trade. We still get in for 5. We have negate up for if they find if they cast a contempt on our Lyra. Which is pretty good. They need to find a contempt to deal with her, realistically. Okay, search is nearing flipping as well. They're going to activate the Bloodfast some more. So best draw on our deck is another counter spell. This would be a good draw, except for the fact that we're like 1 mana short of negate plus Gearhawk. This is still going to be decent, but it might be a bit slow if they have the contempt this turn, which apparently they don't. I'm going to activate Bloodfast some more, playing it risky over there. Yes, they're hoping to like contempt with negate back up maybe. They could also just cast the Scarab God and start gaining 5 life a turn, but that uses up so much mana. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They don't. There's a gifted Aetherborn in the yard they could reanimate, I guess, if they were to have a Scarab God, but they wouldn't have enough mana for that because they'd need to use this to sack. Yes, we could kill ourselves. I kind of want to be able to. Now I want the 8 mana so I can negate plus Gearhawk really cleanly in the same turn. So I'm not going to mill myself for that reason. I think I need 8 mana. What does this do? Oh, it gains 6? That's adorable. That's kind of adorable. Yeah, deal. Hit them to 5. They're still dead next turn. Like, that's just treading water. They're still dead on board next turn. They need something really good here. I don't know if I mill myself now. I don't think I do. I think I just keep holding the pair of these up. Hit them for 5. I get punished if they have 2 contempts, but... Alright, that's kind of doing something. It's kind of doing something. Keeps gaining them 6. I guess I get to cast Sorcerer's Spyglass now though. If I cast Sorcerer's Spyglass, I don't have double negate up anymore is the problem. Which kind of sucks. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, but once they hit their 10th mana they have Scarab God plus activation. Which is really scary. I think I have to Sorcerer's Spyglass. It means we don't have double negate up, which is awkward, but I think we have to go for this. Wow, their hand sucks. Jesus. Their hand is so bad. So I named... We have cleared that bar. We sure have, Stephen. Yeah, the hand doesn't do anything. So what do we name? I'm tempted to just main phase this Gearhulk and name as Cantor. And then they need to... I guess they can then Glimmer into a Contempt. Maybe that's bad. Maybe I just... I have no idea. We just name as Cantor. Yeah, we just need to cut them off finding too many Contempts, I guess. That makes sense. This Cantor, the Sunken Ruin, I agree. There's also an argument for naming the temple. I'll be back in a minute. Oh wait, never mind. Someone's seen the message. Okay, we just let this resolve, because this doesn't matter. They've got a million cards already. Negate. Oh, that means we get to Gearhulk negate though, so that's fine. Alright, I'm going to be back in 1 minute. I have to go check on something. Back in a moment. Sorry about that. My food was done. I'll be eating fairly shortly, probably once we finish this game. I feel bad for our opponent. They're like, am I dead? Aren't I dead? I'm disappearing to go find stuff. I don't cast the Gearhawk here. I just untap. Maybe I mill myself there, actually. Maybe I meant to mill myself there. Because, I kind of want to find a Wizard's Retort. Because Wizard's Retort can counter a Gearhawk. I guess they'd get to Gearhawk with Disallow backup anyway, though. So we're kind of all in on this Lyra, realistically. So because they have Disallow in hand, I just kind of want to cast this Gearhawk now. Because it means they don't get to use their Disallow to counter it. And they still have to find... If they find a Scarab God, we're probably dead, regardless. But, they'd have to find 2 Contempts to deal with both our threats. So... Fingers crossed. The fact that we've, like, flooded horrifically and we're still kind of in this game is slightly unreasonable. Oh, do they have a cast down? We win. So we flooded horrifically. They had both of these going for multiple turns and we still won. Like, 4, 5, 6. We cast 6 spells all game. We cast 6 spells all game. And we still ended up winning on turn 11. It's just ridiculous. This deck's felt really solid so far. I've been really impressed. Yeah, it sure did show up. I was not expecting it to, but... a quick shout out for some stuff. If you are enjoying the stream, I stream 3 days a week. I'm trying to do like Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, but it depends a lot on what my schedule's like. But please consider giving it a follow. Or if you're really, really liking it, consider subscribing. It's the best way to support the stream. I'm sponsored by Card Hoarder, which is gas. I'm also on a podcast called Proven Combatants with 3 awesome other people. We talk a lot about competitive Magic and stuff. So we're on all the usual podcast places like iTunes and stuff. We also have a website at provencombatants.com, which is worth checking out. So, anyway. On with the games. We're 2-0 with Blue-White Flash. We are not keeping this hand. It doesn't even have double white, and he has 1 threat. I think this is just a bit too bad. The mana in this deck has been very strong so far, but the mana has been awful. Like, actually awful. Hey Steven, sometimes Colossipede is good enough, you know? Sometimes you cast Colossipede in Constructed and your opponent dies. I'm not sure about Lich's Mastery. I assumed it was just not good. But we played against it once earlier today. It was, like, surprisingly problematic. I didn't realise Lich's Mastery could exile things from the graveyard. Like, the fact it does that makes it seem a lot more competitive, potentially. Like, I assume it's still not good enough, but I could see myself being wrong about that based on our experience earlier. Might need some Meandering Rivers. I think you're right, Maester Lacquer. I think Meandering Rivers legal, or some variants of that. I think you're right, we might have to run some of those. Yeah, exactly, Charlotte. I think the mana's just too bad as it is. We have like double white and double blue early on the curve. I think we just need some Meandering Rivers if there are any. Right, 3rd control deck in a row. Should probably be a 2 of, I agree, Stephen. Meandering River seems entirely reasonable. It's not like you ever curve out in this deck, you always have a chance to sneak it down. And we're dead. We are 100% dead. Apparently so, real milkman. Apparently so. I might scoop this game reasonably soon. I'm gonna wait a couple more turns. I don't think I'm gonna let my opponent know that I'm on mid-range rather than control. Like, I think if I have to discard a white card or whatever, I'm just gonna concede the game. Alright, I'm gonna discard the Gearhawk this turn. And then next turn I'm gonna scoop. Because I don't think I can actually win this game ever. And, I just want them to think I'm on, like, blue-white control or something. Also just want to see, like, another card or two from their deck before I scoop. Because the Profane Procession is kind of weird. Alright, I'm just going to scoop her. I just want them to think I'm on control. We're never winning this game with them having Procession on board, I don't think. Profane Procession seems kind of unbeatable for a lot of these mid-range decks. Right. Yes, we're doing the same thing that we've always been doing. I might bring in the Forsakes too, honestly. Just like take out this stuff. Bring in the counterspells, the Teferi, a Forsake, a Spyglass. I'm just a bit scared of Profane Procession. I might want the second Forsake. Also worried about having too much of this sort of stuff, but like cut a Ballista for this. Oh, we're already at 60. Yes, I cut both Ballistas. I'm a bit worried about being too threat light now, but it's probably fine. Just Profane Procession. Yeah, Forsake cycles for sure. It's probably fine. I would like to go first. Yep. Deck is great, mana is sketch. That was not quite what I was looking for. I guess it's not the worst. It means we can cast this next turn. I wanted to get tricky though. I wanted to get tricky. Let's just get this. Sketch plus. Something like that. What Ligma is? I do not. Oh, that person can just be banned. Jack Patton, thank you for that host. Really appreciate it. Welcome to everyone joining us. We are playing some Blue-White Flash, which has been treating us pretty well. We're 2-0 with it so far, which I'm very happy with. I think I'm just going to Forsake this, rather than cast my Trickster here. Just like stop them from keeping a search in play. Bloodfast is not looking good this game, friend. Good question. Somewhat rude, yes. If someone wants to ban them, I would appreciate that. Or I can get on top of it myself. I probably need more mods, huh? Hey Nucleo, appreciate your incoming power. Oh my god, we get to cast the Trickster this turn now too. This is so ludicrous. Yeah, pretty much, George. Just losing all the game ones and then murdering our opponents post-board. I don't know which set these planes are from, I really like them though. One of my favourites. For sure, Lobster. you can gladly wield a sword. Yeah, we definitely have conceded quickly in all the game ones. I'm just gonna run this back. I think this is well set up. I think I really like the Forsakes, especially now we've seen Bloodfasts as well. Smite the plebs. Bans for everyone, timeouts for everyone, etc. Alright. So now 1-1. This hand seems fine. Doesn't really have early pressure, but we've got negates to deal with some of their pesky enchantments, and then Wrath on 4. And Wrath seems problematic for them potentially. For sure. Completely agree with you, Drea. I'm gonna keep this. Kinda want to cycle it later. Yeah, this cost me matches before as well. Nucleo. It's a skill you really have to get used to. Also, so if they play something we want to negate, we can negate it, otherwise we can cycle this. It's pretty great. Cycling that blue source. Yep, means they have another one. Let's just cycle this. Ooh, a commit is decent. Right, we're on the mono counter magic plan this game apparently. Land a free flyer, hold up 1,000,000 counter spots. This is pretty exciting. You once actually signed a slip to the Turn 1 guide. Oh my god, George. I could not bring myself to do that. Why negate over Censor or Essence Scatter? Because the decks which you really need counter spells against tend to be the ones that cast lots of non-creature spells. Like Control and Combo decks. So you end up really appreciating the negates there. Sure. Assume this means they're just going to hold up mana to kill our Wrath. Or counter our Wrath. That makes sense, George. Oh my god. Yeah, for sure, Nucleo. The ones that you win by the skin of your teeth versus burn are great. You just feel like you have no justification for winning them. Thanks so much, J-Ken. I appreciate it. I'm enjoying this deck as well, so glad you're enjoying it. Yeah, there's no syncopates on this list. This is just Andrew Jessup's list. I don't know if it's like, you know, correct or not, but we're just trying out his exact list he 5-0'd with because it looked really good to me. I just wanted it to run it through the paces before changing anything. Splinter Twin on Snapcaster Mage was always the most wonderful thing. Alright, I guess they're just going to counter Wrath here, but I'm still just going to cast it. It's like fine, they can't cast a Gearhawk, so I don't really mind if they trade a counter spell with this. I think Shalai could be really good. I need to look, is Shalai the 3/4 that gives you hexproof? I quite like that card. It's pretty good against Settle the Wreckage. But I think this deck's pretty good against Settle the Wreckage regardless, because it has so many counter spells. This hand is quite something. Yeah, it is the 3/4, okay. Yeah, we're meant to have a tempo plan. This isn't... Tempo aspect isn't really working out. I almost want to cycle this. Almost want to cycle this to try and find a threat. I think I'm going to do that. Or another counter spell. That's basically the same. It's basically the same. Oh, that makes sense, Lemonade. That's really good. I didn't think about flashing in Shalai. Flashing in Shalai sounds amazing. I'm just going to put the lights on a sec, it's getting pretty dark here. It's like 8 PM. Ooh, a glimmer. I am 100% countering the glimmer. Don't know with what. I think I used the Jace's defeat because I already have another negate. I think that's fine. I almost want to use the commit. It's a bit dangerous because they could potentially resolve a spell though. I guess this is kind of fine. I mean, I feel like we're in an okay spot here. We aren't applying pressure, but our opponent isn't really doing much either. Profane Procession is scary. I can try and commit it at the end of their turn though. And then I have another commit to remove it later, so I think this is fine. I have never had that come up, Charlotte. I'm pretty sure it's never happened. Alright, let's put this back in their deck. Awkwardly, we're going to have to counter this at some point when it comes back down, but sure, you negate it, whatever. Okay, we need to cast this at some point, but we need to deal with the Profane Procession first. So I guess I'm casting the commit and passing the 2 counters up. And then we're hoping to save this negate for the Profane Procession later on. Since we do just have to make sure that card never hits the board. We're going to save our negate here, because the negate needs to counter the Profane Procession, so we'll use the Jace's defeat instead. Them not having a counter spell there was amazing for us. It means we can happily slam the Teferi as well. Because we're pretty sure that it means they just don't have any counters. They might have a Contempt, or at least like get a card out the deal and then get to hold up negate, which is pretty good. But if they had a counter spell, they would have 100% countered the Jace's defeat. I guess if we wait another turn, we have Teferi with negate back up, but I think this is fine. We get like a clean 2-for-1 out of it. We get to have negate up for their procession next turn, which is what really matters. Like, we're never using negate to protect the Teferi anyway, because we just have to deal with the procession. Because procession is so terrifying. Alright, I get to cycle farmland here. Cast History of Dominaria with negate up. Kind of hoping to dodge a Gearhulk. Gearhulk would be problematic. Alright, I'm just going to cast this. The one downside to casting this is it means we don't have double negate up, so if they have a counter spell they might be able to, if they draw a counter spell they might be able to force through procession. That's like our one big fear here. But if we get through this turn safe, we probably win this game. Yeah, we've got 3 Lyras in the main deck. J-Ken. They've been really good as well. I'm really impressed with Lyra in general at the moment. Ooh, main phase Gearhulk targeting Glimmer. Yes, I negate this. I'm gonna negate this. I don't really want them having these cards. I could Merfolk Trickster untap cast Memory. That seems kinda great too. I guess I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna let this resolve, and I'm gonna Merfolk Trickster this, untap cast Memory. And then I'm like so far ahead on board against them. If I draw something else I want to cast, I'll cast it instead, but otherwise I can cast the Memory. History of Dominaria is absurd, Ivan. I've been really, really impressed with it. It's one of the best cards in the deck. It's like one of the reasons to play the deck. Yeah, I agree. We're just gonna cast Memory here, since they have 4 cards to our 2. Seems pretty good for us. And we're like ahead on board as well. And our hands are really strong. We can even commit a Profane Procession if they draw one, though Profane Procession's honestly pretty slow here. That duress is quite strong. The nothing, Lyra curve is brutal and limited. Definitely is. Say that much. I've yet to face Lyra in limited. I'm grateful for this, personally. It seems kind of miserable. Jeez. Search for his counter. That's rude. Kinda rude. Wish we had a Merfolk Trickster here to tap down their Gearhulk. I think it's pretty great regardless, Charlotte. It doesn't have to be in a night deck. They have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lands. I'm kind of tempted to commit this. Is that crazy? I get to hit them for 10. Have Jace's defeat up. Yeah, exactly, Nucleo. It's like a lot of pressure for one card, even without night synergies. I guess I can just like cast Lyra and pass the turn. That's probably also fine. I'm a bit worried that if I like try and commit this and they counter it, I can't counter back because then they just mill to the Gearhulk on their turn. Commit Smash. Commit Smash seems... I guess they don't have any instants they want to flash back Curse, they'd just be recasting the Gearhulk. Alright. Alright, I'm in. You convinced me. Y'all are great. Yeah, hitting for 10 is pretty great, for sure. Especially when we know they have stuff like Bloodfast in that deck. Oh my god, it just resolved. It just resolved? How do we lose? It's so good for us. So good for us. Let's get to hold up Jace's defeat now. Sure. Alright, so we get to untap here. With Jace's defeat and Gearhulk negate up. I don't know how they get out of this. Oh my god, another counterspell. It's even 2 mana because of the Trickster. Oh, that's true, Charlotte. I'm not sure I'm concerned about the Gearhulk though if they don't count. If I don't have to spend the Jace's defeat on counter. Is this fine? This might be fine. I have 7, 8, 9 mana. Just let this resolve and hit them to 6. And still have infinite counter spells up. Make it really hard for them to actually achieve anything. I think this is fine. I think I don't care about that knight. It's kind of weird them exciting the knight instead of the Trickster. I guess they haven't seen a retort yet this match though. And actually cast Lyra with double counter spell up, right? Should tap better. You can go like this, cast Lyra, have Jace's defeat and Wizard's retort up to protect my board. Because we scoop so early. We do scoop quite early. We are very good at scooping game 1 early. skill we have perfected. Multi 5, scoop turn, 3 to 5, win post sideboard. It does feel pretty sweet, Jaken. You're not wrong. This card is kind of delightful. It's actually been surprisingly good this league. Yeah, I'm happy too, Charlotte. Having this card in hand feels great. Makes sense, Nucleo. We're eating... My housemate calls it crack pasta. I can't remember what's included in it, but it's kind of amazing. I think it's like parmesan, like this like really like crusty parmesan on top of pasta. It's kind of great. There's some peas mixed in too. Thank you, Nucleo. See you around. I don't want to counter this so we have lethal next turn. I also want to like hold this with the Gearhulk. They have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. I'm just gonna let this resolve. This is fine. Means we don't have lethal next turn, but we still have double counter up. Sounds like it's probably crack. Oh my god. It is quite P-Lightful, Charlotte. It is quite P-Lightful. Oh my god, Stephen. Now we have triple counterspell up, of course. Casual triple counterspell. Yeah, that sounds kind of great, Jaken. Sounds kind of great. I think I want to counter this one. We'll still have double counterspell up if we do this, which seems good. I want to keep the pressure going. Don't really know how they beat what we've got here. Glimmer. Interesting. So we can let the Glimmer resolve and then Gearhulk Memory. And undo all the work of the Glimmer. Seems decent. The other option of just holding up double counterspell is also pretty great too, is the thing. It also stops the search flipping though if we Gearhulk Memory. 2-2 beatdowns are real for sure. I'm so tempted just to Gearhulk Memory and undo all this work. What could they have though? They could have like... So to get out of this they'd need like double Fatal Push counterspell. Yeah, I feel like you're right, Stephen. I feel like you're right. With them on 2, double counterspell is probably unbeatable, especially with another Gearhulk to follow up the turn after. If we Memory, we probably can't ever lose either, but... Yeah, I agree with Stephen too. I think flashing back Memory is probably greedy in this situation, considering we're already in a great position. Could be fine, JMM. Kinda unsure on that. I think they activate Search this turn, it's pretty great for us, so for the sake of this turn the Search doesn't really matter. But I guess, like, if they somehow manage to get their way out of this turn, the Search is problematic. That was amazing. That was so tasty. Ooh, this is good news for us. So they have a seal away, but we have infinite counter spells, so that's good. Opponent's dead. Cool. That's pretty great with 3-0. 3 and 0. We're very reasonable. This deck has been gas. Basically it can't ever win a game 1, but post board it's been so good. So good. This card has been ridiculous. This card's been an overperformer. I was expecting this to be pretty bad, but with the counter spell it's actually been like a decent amount of pressure. Especially post board when you want to be holding up negates. The fact like on turn 4 you can play this and have negate up sometimes is really nice. The only real problem we've had is the mana. I kind of want to have some like blue-white tap plans in this deck, I think. I haven't changed anything from Jessup's 5-0. No Ivanolo. The old 3-0-6-3. Damn right. Turns out our cool, the cavalries are decent. They're quite good. The anthem on this has been like non-zero amount of impact as well. There's been a bunch of times where like the final mode of this has actually just been deal for. Like you actually just get like a super powered lava spike on top of your 2 knights. Yeah, I think this deck wants like you replace like 2 plains with 2 meandering rivers so that you can have lots of blue mana. I think there's not enough blue mana in the deck based on how these games have been going. Alright, this hand seems garbage. Easy mulligan, no pressure, no counter spells, 6 lands. We can cycle one away, but I think this hand's very bad. I think this hand is marginally better. We'll keep the land very happily. Deck list. Oh my god. Do I need to create a deck list function? Alright, another control mirror. This is getting really silly. We're just playing mono control mirrors. Or against mono control decks. I guess we're like a tempo flash deck, but whatever. Just playing against mono control decks. This is so stupid. At least Wrath into Teferi is fairly threatening. Yeah, this hand is gas if they're on a control deck for sure. It's not the mirror because they have Field of Ruins. It means they're probably not on Flash. None of the Flash lists have had Field of Ruins so far. We might as well just concede now, pretty much, Steven. Write off game 1, move on to post board when we have a chance. Hand's actually kind of decent. I don't know, might have a chance. We've only drawn 1 removal spell, which is a relief. Get to start casting some Wrath to make things awkward for our opponent on like when they time their spells. They tap out for a Glimmer here. I think I'm just going to flash in Wrath. Get Wrath on board. This isn't really a control mirror though. This is like a tempo mid-range deck. Alright, flash in my Wrath. Do you want to counter? You really want to counter? Go on and counter. You know you want to. Yes! Teferi time. Time for some Teferi. Please have no cast out. Alright, let's just draw a card here. We've already cycled a cast out, so Maybe our Teferi lives here. Maybe. Even if it doesn't, we get to flash in a 2/2, which is pretty nice. I should know better than to raff an empty board. Oh my god, Charlotte. Oh my god. Ooh, do we get to untap with our Teferi, or were they respecting a counterspell? They were going to go for upkeep cast out to play around a counterspell. That makes sense. Oh. This is great. Get to just replay Teferi. It seems gas. Yeah. Now if we draw a counterspell with our Teferi, we just like can't ever lose. Sadness. Alright. Still miles ahead. They're missing land drops, which is pretty great for us. Ooh, 5 mana, they have their own Teferi, so they can banish our Teferi, but then we get to kill theirs. I think that's good for us, right? They have to plus Teferi here, but then I just get to minus mine. Like, no matter what they do here, we're in a great spot. The 2/2s have arrived, yeah. We get to land some 2/2s soon. We get to minus on their Teferi this turn, which is just disgusting. Tef has been amazing for the D. Tef has been very, very good. We've been very impressed. I'm just going to minus on their Tef. If they want to commit another 5 mana into recasting it, that seems really good for me. And then we only have the 2 white sources. I guess I should cycle the irrigated farmland then. Minusing Teferi and mirrors is very strong, yes. I guess I'm just cycling this now then. Since I only have the 2 white sources anyway, I can't history plus Wrath. Alright, get in for 2. Continue to poke our opponent. They seal this away, that's fine. Do we want to run out Wrath or history? I kind of just want to hold up Wrath, because then if they cast a Teferi again, we have commit up, which is really nice. And we get a free on board this way, which is pretty good. Yeah, I think this is good. I think I'm just going to hold up Wrath. I think Wrath seems really solid here. Since they're just passing all this mana up, I think I'm just going to keep holding commit up. I think if we're plussing Teferi every turn, we can't really lose. So I'd rather just make sure... I guess if they cast out though, we can just commit the cast out. They can't even interact with cast out properly, and it would just reset the Tef's loyalty as well. Okay, I'm just going to run Wrath out for that reason then. Then we have... if they use this as an opportunity to commit this, we get to cast out the commit. And we're in a great spot again. Alright, so, gonna plus Teferi to start, see what we draw. Hopefully we draw a counterspell, that would be great. But even then, even if we don't, we're still in a good spot. And we're gonna attack with our 2/2. I'm probably gonna cast this History of Dominaria to get more pressure on the board. Hey Caroline.
How are you doing with that?
What did you say? Oh my god. We now have a slightly different plushie hanging from the door, apparently. What sorcery is happening? Flatmates are happening, apparently. Why, Caroline? Why? If they counter this, it's great for us. We're just like drawing cards with Teferi, and they're spending a counter spell on our critter when we have like another trickster we can cast. Oh my god, she's in chat. Hey, Caroline. The power has gone to her head. Right, I'm going to run out the second trickster here. As long as we have commit up, we're pretty safe. Commit's actually a really nice counterspell in this deck. It lets you actually tap out proactively on your opponent's end step and still be able to interact on your turn with cast outs, against cast outs. Caroline is the provider of the crack pasta. So she's probably earned the right to terrorize my room slightly. Is this a cast out? What is this? This is Gear Hulk. This must be a Gear Hulk, right? 6 mana? Oh my god, please don't ban Caroline. Right, we get in for 4 here. If they cast Settle the Wreckage, that's fine, because it just gives us more mana for our memories, should our Teferi ever be dealt with. Ooh, Blink of an Eye, that's another way to interact with a cast out too. This is great. They just can't deal with this card. The commits are so good with this card because everyone's using cast out to answer Planeswalkers. Now we get 1,000,000 mana as well. You're spared by the decree of Lord Autumn. Oh my god. Such, I'm useless with words sometimes. Such dictatorship. There we go. If you ult Teferi and then memory, I did that on stream earlier. We ulted Teferi in the blue-white mirror, and then we went Hieroglyphic Illumination, Gear Hulk Illumination, Memory, and we exiled all our opponent's blue sources. It was delightful. Oh, I can tuck my Teferi now. Yes, I'm gonna commit their Teferi so that they can't tuck mine. Sadly, we did not clip it because we lost that match, and I felt kind of sad. But we did exile all their blue sources game 1 with about 2 minutes left on our clock. Should probably be clipped. It's kind of beautiful. It took us like 4 minutes as well to do this, so it's not like we did it really quickly. The sound shouldn't be off. I am currently speaking. I did, Stephen. I did put that draft on YouTube. I'm gonna cast Wrath and then Memory, and then plus Teferi, I guess. Hopefully we find a counter spell. Do we have enough mana to do that? We're only gonna have 7 mana, but I guess we're probably gonna hit an untapped land. No, I've loved Wizard's Retort. Wizard's Retort has felt very, very good. Like, Wizard's Retort has felt actively great. The fact you can cast it for 2 mana when you have a Trickster in play. You plus Teferi afterwards because you want to draw a card after you've wheeled your hand away. Wheeling your hand away, plussing and then wheeling your hand away is really awkward because you just lose the card you drew off your Teferi. You haven't got anything out of it. It's really bad. We could mill for cards from our opponent. I don't think that achieves anything for us though. Kind of want to counter this. They might take our Teferi from us. I guess this isn't flipping forever, right? We're going to start deploying threats soon. So yes, this is fine. I'd rather counter a cast out if possible. Yeah, I'm gonna counter this cast out. I really want to keep my Teferi in play. Alright, so we get to keep our Teferi in play. Now we can tuck the search. Is there a place for search in this deck? I don't think so. We don't have that many non-creature spells. We got like plenty of card advantage from other places. We now have Gearhulk Retort up, which is kind of busted. I'm just gonna tuck their search now. Take it off the table, force them to spend mana again if they want to get it back on. And then we're gonna keep Gearhulk Retort up to counter anything scary. We can flash in History of Benalia on the end step. I might cycle this now, just for like the extra info. Cool. So we'll hit for free. I guess I'm a bit scared of the 2 mana removal spell, but then we just get to cast our backup Wrath, so it's not even that problematic. The Gearhulk has flash like already. So it's only really the history that the Wrath is helping here. Are you considering sealing this away? No, they are not. Cool. This Teferi has truly taken over this game. It is just kind of great. Game 1 of this matchup felt really rough for us earlier. So having such an easy time with it this game is very nice. Alright, I'm just going to flash in History here. Significantly increases pressure. If they counter that, that's fine. I'm probably not going to fight over it. I'm going to save my Gearhulk to protect my Teferi. Since my Teferi is just going to draw me into replacement threats anyway. There's no need to fight over the history. Sick. Make my 2/2. Make another 2/2 plus Teferi. Draw another card. Backup Wrath's not ideal. It does mean we can just attack with these into a settle though. Yeah, the art on History of Benalia is like absurdly gorgeous. All the sagas look amazing though, but I agree that History is like one of the best. If they settle us, I don't really care, because I have a backup Wrath anyway and another 2/2. Like, this is fine. I just want to save Gearhulk for impactful spells. We are running out of lands to get off of settle, not that that really matters. Right, let's just cycle this now. Have the extra info. Ooh, another History. Right, I'm gonna pass the turn with Wraths up and with Gearhulk up. Is this their own Gearhulk? If it is, I will Gearhulk it. It's a cast out. Alright. This forces our hand on this. It means they can fumigate us. But then I get to go Wrath plus History to rebuild really fast. No, Essence Scatter. This is gross. Alright. We're still in a great position, right? We don't even care that much, but it's certainly annoying. History of Benalia is your phone wallpaper. That's understandable, Charlotte. It's so gorgeous. I want to. They're doing wall hangings of a few of the sagas. I kind of want to get a wall hanging or two to like hang up in the background of the stream, because the sagas just look so amazing. I'm not sure which one it would be of though. I don't know if they have a Time of Ice one. I think Time of Ice is one of my favourites. I love the tapestry effect in it. I think that looks really wonderful. Get to untap 2 lands here. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana, so yeah. Alright, they get to stick Search for Azcanta, which is good for them. If they're going to get back in the game, Search for Azcanta is definitely part of it. Gonna cast our Wrath. Gonna cast our History. And then we can attack with just our 2 Night tokens, and that represents lethal. We don't even need to attack with the Wrath to represent lethal, which is really nice. We don't need to attack Wrath into a settle. You think it's just History, Writing, Conjecture? Oh, I love Time of Ice so much, though. Like, those 3 are kind of gorgeous as well, but I don't know. Something about the tapestry bit of Time of Ice just really appeals to me. Alright, they have 1 card left in hand. So this is going to get to flips next turn because of Rivulet. But they have to survive till next turn, so they need a Gearhulk or another Settle here. Because these 2 Knights are going to get Anthemed by this. I almost wonder, with the need to kill them as soon as possible, and the fact that they likely have Seal Away in their deck, I kind of want to attack with all 3. We have a backup Wrath anyway to replace this one if we get settled, which isn't like ideal obviously, but if they Seal Away one of these, we want to like get in the extra 3 damage to make every creature lethal. It's awkward against Settle, but I think we just want to attack with everything so that Seal Away doesn't like leave them on 4. Like, the difference between 1 and 4 is so big here. I feel like blink of an eye. So they're hoping to draw into something here. Seems kind of greedy. Why wouldn't you blink an eye? I'm confused. Oh, I should have cast a Wrath and sacked the other Wrath so they didn't draw a card and then they would die. That was a mistake on my part. Oh, they can't steal a Night token, you're right. I'm being stupid. I'm still getting acquainted with the new cards. Yeah, we should have Legend Ruled to stop them drawing a card. I agree, George. I saw it the moment after I clicked yes. We could have Legend Ruled to stop them drawing a card. I just clicked through it too fast. Hey there, Amy. Hope you've had a nice day. So we want Negates, Jace's Defeats. We want the Forsakes. We're going to take out all our removal, because the removal's really bad, and we have other ways to interact with creatures anyway. We have like commits and mainly commit, but we also have Teferis as well that deal with creatures for a while, and counter spells to stop them hitting the board. They can cast Seal Away, this is true. They can cast it, just doesn't do very much. Alright, I think I like this. Played this matchup enough times today, so I certainly hope I like this setup. If you're enjoying the stream, please consider giving it a follow. I stream 3 days a week, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday at the moment. When I travel to the PT, I might have to like alter my schedule because I'm going to be staying with friends, but until then I'm streaming 3 days a week, and once I get back I'll be streaming a bunch too. If you're really enjoying the stream, please consider subscribing. It's the best way to support the stream. You're doing good. Just got home from a friend's house and bought pizza on the way. How are you? I'm doing pretty well. Having a lot of fun trying out new Standard. It's actually really cool. I'm loving casting Teferi. This is one of my favourite cards in Standard at the moment now. It's so great. You might keep the Ballista and cut the Trickster, but it's close. I've actually really liked Trickster just as a 2-mana 2/2 you can flash in. Like hold up counter magic then flash in Trickster. It makes the retort cheaper too, which is nice, but it is close. I agree. The PT's on the 1st of June, Chippy. Yep, 1st week of June. Like shop says. But I'm going to be out in America a little longer, seeing friends and stuff that I have in the area. We can flash in Ballista with Wrath. We can. That's a good point, David Bowie. Winning game 1 is an error based on our winning strategy so far. Oh my god. Oh my god, George. This is a mole. I'm hoping it's just you. Try F5ing and see if that helps. Toby. Nah, no Ruinous Blast. It's a card I want to try out at some point, but we don't have it in this list. Thanks, Charlotte. Enjoy the modern. Alright, we're going to have Trickster on 2 into History. It looks that way, Amy. We're going to use some of the... We've decided some of the Patreon money from Proven Combatants will be used to help support me doing that, because it'll be our first time getting all the cast members together. And we can hold, like, a cast dinner and stuff, which is really cool. With fans. Which I'm really, really excited about. I wouldn't be able to afford it if Chantal hadn't suggested that that would be a good use of the Patreon money, so... And, like, it's a really cool use of it, because otherwise I'd never meet all the other cast members at the same time. Yeah, it's going to be really exciting. Are PTs farther away from set releases, or are you just imagining it? Yeah, they have been recently. They're, like, varying it around a lot. Which is kind of cool, I think. It's kind of cool to let people experiment more before the pros, like, break the format or whatever. I hope they counter this. I want to cast my History. Okay, they didn't counter it. I think I'm still going to cast my History anyway. I'm going to attack for 2 and then cast this. It's probably going to get countered, but if it does, then, like, we clear the way for some of our bigger spells. And if it doesn't, we probably... Like, at the very least, it'll apply some pressure, which is nice. Yeah, Pro Tour Teamer was super exciting. Pro Tour Teamer was, I mean, Pro Tour Teamer wasn't won by a Teamer deck, it was won by Bug, right? So I don't know. Oh, they're just tapping out for Glimmer? That's really aggressive. I guess they're worried about counter spells. Just gonna hit for 2 here and pass the turn. I'm gonna hold Wrath up. Obviously I could cast Wrath to play around a counterspell. But that plays into Fumigate, which I'm not in love with. And if they counter my Wrath, it's kind of fine. I've got, like, other threats I can cast afterwards. I also just don't think they're likely to counter my Wrath unless they have, like, a bunch of counterspells in hand. Maybe they have a Settle the Wreckage and that, like, helps us hit our land drops for these things. Here's a cast out. Okay, now we have something for our Forsake the Worldly to target. Oh my god. It is true though, Caroline. It's definitely more out of sync IRL. I wonder whether I slam Lyra here. I feel like if they... I guess they would still cast out this even if they had a Fumigate, because we'd get to hold up counter magic mana. But if they... This is kind of tough. Because I can just hold up Forsake and kill the cast out, is the thing. Which I guess I'm going to do instead. I'd have to... Then I play into Gearhawk though. I guess I'm just going to do this. I'm a bit worried. If I just hold up Forsake and they play a 6th land and have a Gearhawk in hand, we just fall so far behind. I think I just want to slam this now. Make the Angel. What's going on? We can Forsake this to get our Wrath back and play around Fumigate. Like... It's a fine thing to be considering, George. Or aware of, but the fact they can go Gearhawk negate makes me kind of off it. So that make that Angel. That's fair. It like gives us a 2-turn clock if we draw a counter spell. Can protect ourselves through a Settle. Makes sense. My housemate and I make platypus noises at each other. Oh, now we can just exile the cast out. Ain't no one beating a Baneslayer. No one has ever beaten a Baneslayer in their life. Now we get to exile the cast out, get Lyra back. We get to main phase at 2 to play around a Gearhawk. Yeah, Colossopede is gassed even. No one has ever beaten a Colossopede in their lives. I kind of want to cycle this farmland. I'm so likely to hit a land anyway for the Gearhawk. Add quote, sorry my housemate and I make platypus noises at each other. That's a good quote. I didn't realise there were 3 quotes so far. I'm just going to main phase this. It plays into Fumigate, but it plays around Gearhawk, which is pretty nice. I think I'm more scared of Gearhawk than Fumigate. I think they've probably boarded out Fumigates against us. We do it to torture the 3rd housemate. It's a good a reason as any, right? I'm going to cycle this. Quite likely between this and our draw step to hit a land anyway for the Gearhawk. If we draw 2 spells, we're like delighted about that. Never died in my life. Accurate. That is an accurate quote, okay? You cannot accuse that of not being accurate. Oh my god. We're just gonna exile the Lyra again. Then we get to like Gearhawk, exile the cast out. Ooh, negate. Yeah, Gearhawk flashing back for sake seems kind of gorgeous for sure. I think I'm gonna attack with both. If they have a settle I can negate. They probably have a counter spell to fight over it is the problem. But this puts them on a 2-turn clock from the Lyra. It means if they don't have a settle this turn, the Lyra kills them on her own next turn, which is kind of great. Caroline, can you tell Autumn how to pronounce... Is it Lyra? Okay, I'll go with Lyra. I'm just gonna... Whoa. What? Think I negate this? I put them to 5, right? And then the Gearhawk's lethal for the rest of the game. At any point. Yes, praise be. Okay, Lyra. I think I negate this. It either like trades with a counterspell from their hand or puts them to 5 and just makes the Gearhawk lethal for the rest of the game, which is also great. So like either outcome is really good for us. Awesome. Oh my god, Steven. Might have to try re-adding that one, but that is a quote for sure. That is definitely a quote. Alright, we have Gearhawk negate up for a settle. I'm just going to attack with both here. I don't think there's any combination of draws they could realistically have that punishes us here, because if they had a counterspell they'd have fought over the negate last turn, I think. And this way if they have a seal away, it just hits the... What's the 6 mana? Gearhawk blink, and then we Gearhawk negate the blink. Oh, they could have an Essence Scatter. That's the one thing. Essence Scatter's the one thing we care about here. If they don't have an Essence Scatter, they die. I guess they could have had the Gearhawk in hand last turn. They could have had the Gearhawk in hand last turn. Oh, they're kicking it? This is great. I love that the kicker is making them tap out, so we know that we win the game. Easy 4-0. Never been easier. Never been easier. I turn on this. It's like very dark in here. Never been easier. This deck is so fire. Jeez. This deck is like pure fire. I'm kind of in love. Admittedly, we've only faced control decks so far, but Yeah, you can. It was the same with Blessed Alliance back when that was in Standard. You could escalate when flashing back things with Gearhawk 2. Would you say the mid-range deck is better positioned at the moment? I have no idea. This is my first day playing New Standard. It's about very good, though. It's about very good. Alright, and now they die. Blue-white flash, perfect for the blue-white control meta. Oh my god. Very easy for her. Never been easier. Never been easier. Is mono red scary for this deck? We have not faced it yet, so I have no idea. We do have free Lyras in the deck though, which seems really good against mono red. So maybe it's good, maybe it's bad. We'll see. Hopefully we get paired against mono red at some point and find out. I feel like mono red could be fine for this deck. Lyra's pretty great against them. Settle's pretty great against them. Our like curve isn't too high. We've got a bunch of answers to Hazaret between Wizard's Retort and Commit, and even Teferi to an extent. And Gearhawk blocks Hazaret all day. Yeah, Lyra does serious work. For sure. Alright, this is going to be my last match of the day, so we're crossing our fingers for the 5-0 here. We're crossing our fingers for the 5-0. You hear a strange noise. Hopefully the noise isn't too loud, Stephen. Is it like bad at all? I don't know if there's any way to like localize my microphone more. I might look into that. Strange buzzing. Okay, that's the shower. I'll see if I can alter my settings on the microphone in the future so that you can't hear it. It'll only be for like a few minutes though. Is it a platypus? It is not a platypus. Where is my platypus anyway? Okay. Yeah, that's just because I'm streaming in the evening, which I don't normally do. I normally stop at like 8, but since we had so many viewers, I thought I'd continue on for a while. We'll definitely go first. This is a keep. We've got the farmland we can cycle away, so we're not going to flood too much. Oh my god, Stephen. That sounds horrifically awkward. Let's not do that. Mono red time. The test. The test. Can we beat mono red? Ooh, Spire Bluff Canal. They might be wizards. Might be facing some wizards here. Ah, interesting. Yeah, for sure, shop is a bit awkward. Ooh, that's exciting, Lobster. Let's just get our 2-2 and play. Hope we don't draw history and feel punished. We do not feel punished. I think I'm going to cycle this farmland. It's a bit awkward if we draw history, but... Oh, maybe we're meant to play it out because of Lyra. We're actually meant to play this out, right? We're doing stuff with our mana for the next few turns anyway. We want to be able to cast Lyra if we draw her. I almost don't know if I'm even cycling this anymore. Jeez. Well, that makes sense. Shop and gain ourselves some life. That's reasonable. Yeah, that might be better. Gain ourselves 4 life rather than dealing 2 damage. I think I'm not actually cycling this. Now. Hey look, not control. Alright. Who plays not control? Opponent has playables, they sure do. I think I'm not cycling this. We're probably a control deck against Heart of Kiran, yeah. Yeah, you're right, we should have gained 4 life rather than dealing 2 damage. and using our mana efficiently. I guess we need to dig towards Lyra as well as have white sources for Lyra, whatever. It's probably like 50-50 either way. I'm not sure it makes any difference which side you sit on with that decision. Now we get to hold up Commit or Wrath. Instantly draw a double white spell. Of course, of course. Maybe Wrath gets to eat an attacker. That'd be the dream. Like, they cast a creature, attack with Whirler. It's not ideal, Steven. This card does not seem like the best against aggro, but we can jump in front of attackers, which is something. Depending on what attacks my opponent makes. Oh boy. Yes. I'm committing that. Yes, I can never beat that. If I let that resolve, then I can commit the heart. I can cast Wrath, commit the heart, and potentially kill it. Yes, I'm doing that. Thank you for the host, Optimus. Welcome to everyone joining the stream. We're playing some blue-white flash at the moment. Yeah, they're minusing Khan, so we get to cast Wrath here and commit the heart to kill Khan. So we do get to take Khan off the board. They get a construct out of the deal, but we get a Wrath out of the deal, which seems decent. I've tested it with Gideon the Trials. I have not. This is my first league with the deck. They block with the Thopter now. Oh, yes they do, don't they? They have 2 blockers now. I guess it depends on whether they attack with the Thopter, though. They might just attack with the Thopter. But if they don't, it's really rough. Yeah. Yeah. Probably just gonna lose to Khan. This card seems kinda silly. The Grixis is so sweet. Yeah, it looks kinda sweet. Grixis Vehicles. Interesting. So I can commit the heart, and then they chump with the Thopter. It's like some sort of forward momentum at least. Yeah, see if they crew. Like, I think they're going to crew. That would make sense, Lobster. I mean, that's like a reasonable thing to do when you're playing Magic Online anyway, right? So let's attack Khan with Wrath. Being very punished for not playing out that land earlier. Crewing here seems loose, I guess. I guess us attacking implies we have an answer, right? So we should make crewing loose. Let's just commit the heart here. They're going to have to chump with the Thopter. Hit with Wrath. If they tripulate, you commit and kill Khan. I'm not sure I understand. Because they have the Thopter. The Thopter means that they can just chump. We do get the Thopter out the way though, which is nice. Now they kill our Wrath with Chandra. We get to go Ballista, kill Chandra at least. To any target, cool. So they've worded this so you can kill Planeswalkers under the new rulings, which is great. So we give them the Spire, right? How does Calm work? Reveal the top 2 cards, an opponent chooses one of them. Put that card into your hand and exile the other one with a silver counter. So we give them the Spire. That's okay, Drea. No worries. Or Dream. I just realised your name's Dream and not Drea. Or Dreams. Yeah, it doesn't seem particularly winnable. I would agree with that. I would agree with that. I guess playing the land out probably wouldn't have made much of a difference. Yeah, it is exiled with Khan, which is something that's killed the Chandra. I'm probably going to have to pass the turn here. I can kill the construct at some point, but there's no real point in killing it now. Maybe it is Drea Microsoft Dota. So they get to put the heart into their hand now. From the Khan. The heart that they exiled last time. Currently, if we draw a land, we can kill... No, we can't even kill their Khan. We can take the heart off the board, but it doesn't really do enough. Dreams Dota. That makes sense. Our history of Dominaria has been incredible, turn 1 Thoughtseize. I've been very, very impressed with the card. Pretty sure this game's not winnable. Probably just going to concede in a moment. Like, they just have so much stuff. Yeah, we're never winning this. I'm just going to concede. Move on to boarding. Khan looked amazing that game. Our creatures did seem quite dirty that game for sure. This card's quite bad against Guerrilla Virtuoso. So we want these Forsakes to kill their vehicles. We want Sorcerer's Spyglass answers vehicles too, and answers Khan. So that seems great. I think these negates seem pretty good too. So this stuff is all exciting to me. Yeah, the negate should be good here, I agree. I'm honestly just tempted to remove the Tricksters. I think they get outclassed really quickly by the Virtuoso, which makes this card a lot less exciting. I think we just board into like more of a control deck. Board into more of a control deck and take out some of like our early threats. I think this Blink of an Eye could be fine. What looks bad? AS? We want like another... We kind of want another settle. We also want to be able to kill their planeswalkers though. But we've got ways to do that. And cut the Blink. We need to cut 2 more cards. So this stuff all seems great. I think Teferi might be a bit awkward. Teferi's quite hard to protect. Teferi does answer planeswalkers well though. It also answers vehicles quite well. We could cut a Wrath maybe. Wrath Precious Planeswalker's okay. Plays well with our flash plan. But I think we can cut 1. And maybe cut 1 Teferi. That seems fine. Let's try this. We've got like more than 60 cards we want on the deck post board, which is a bit weird. But yeah, I think we should be positioned okay here. Alright, so we're going to go first. Sound seems fine. We've got some interaction. I guess we're just going to play this turn 1, so we have double blue up on turn 3. Shouldn't it be Teferi instead of Teferi? I'm not sure. I always hear people pronounce it Teferi, but it always kind of bugs me because it feels wrong. But I've been wrong about pronunciation before now, for sure. Yeah, the Trickster just seems kind of underpowered in this matchup since it just runs into the Virtuosos really badly. I'm just going to negate this. I guess I kind of want to negate for a Planeswalker, but I've got a Wizard's Retort for a Planeswalker. And Heart of Kieran's quite scary. It is indeed Teferi. Okay, I'm sad. I'm sad. I'm sad that my pronunciation is incorrect. You have a Forsake, you just leave it. That's fair. Because they have lots of Planeswalkers we need to counter too. Okay, that's a Chain Whirler. That's kind of scary. I don't think I can counter this though. I think I'm just going to cycle this farmland. I think countering this would be a bit aggressive. So I want to get this in play, but I need to be able to counter Khan this turn. So I guess I'm just passing again. Yeah, this deck's been sweet Aether. We're currently 4-0 with it. Though we're playing against the sweet Vehicles deck at the moment, and it's been a bit tough. So we'll see how this match goes. We might be knocked down to a 4-1, but the moment the 5-0 Dream is alive, 100% countering Khan. Never in a million years is that Khan resolving. Drew another Retort. I guess we're gonna hold up Cycle Land plus Retort again. The Chain Whirler's gonna keep getting in damage, but I think that's fine. This is the Azorius Love-In. The Azorius is great. We have played a lot of Azorius today. I just realised I haven't actually updated the title since we played Control earlier, which might be why people are criticizing me calling it Control. Is this a Chandra? Okay. Cycle this land again, and we're going to counter this with the Retort. If they have 4 spells in hand, don't really know how we win this. Yeah, they do have 4 spells in hand. We have 2 histories, which is good. So we get to create a lot of pressure out of nowhere. At least. This blocks pretty well, sadly. Is my one big problem here. The Chain Whirler is just like an amazing blocker against our deck. Since our removal is like seal aways. We really need them to not have another Planeswalker this turn. We would put them really far ahead. Ballista doesn't really do much though, which is nice. Just get to dump out some 2/2s. It means they don't have a Planeswalker in hand either, which is good for us. During the double history anthem, this is true. These are going to be some big nights. I'm quite excited about it. This is Exile. Kind of gas. So I almost want to get rid of this now, so they can't block with it. I guess they could have, if they have Disintegration, we get to negate it. I kind of just want to exile this now. They get to kill a knight though, whereas if they let us untap, they don't get to kill a knight. I guess they just end up doing it in our upkeep. I'm just going to do this now. I think this is fine. We just want to guarantee we're pushing damage with our knights, so that like a single flyer can finish them off easily. Yeah, I agree, we exile Ballista here. They get to kill a knight, but yeah, they probably kill a knight anyways, for sure. Exactly. And the Scrounger can't block, so they're going to take lots of damage. which means a single flyer can end the game quickly if we draw one. Right, let's cycle this, see what we find. And then if they have a removal spell, we can negate it. They can't... Oh yeah, yes they can do that, can't they, Shop? Yeah, so it does punish that. Yeah, after they don't have a calm, this game gets way easier. Ooh, do they have a shock here? They're hoping to block and, like, shock our creature. No, they're just jumping. That's also fine with me. They're just jumping. We're in a pretty good spot here with Negate up and Seal Away in hand. I guess they're struggling on mana, right? Maybe they're struggling on mana? I don't know what they could have in hand otherwise. Unless they're just struggling to cast stuff. Yeah, that could well be the case, Shop. This Chain Whirler's kind of a nightmare. I hope they don't have a second. I think I'm gonna exile this because they're never attacking with the Chain Whirler anyway, and we don't have the Tricksters in our deck, so it's not like we can tap down the Chain Whirler. So I think I'm just gonna exile this with my Seal Away. We get punished if they have a... what's it called? If they have an Ethersphere Harvester, specifically, that would punish us quite badly. But otherwise, I think casting Seal Away there's pretty great. Ooh. We don't have any removal to flashback. We have a counter spell though. So I'm going to attack with all my creatures here. They're probably going to block one with the Chain Whirler, but they take 4. And then we can counter their thing and threaten lethal, because they can only block one creature and the 2 knights would kill them. So the Gearhulk's setting up to potentially deal lethal next turn, which is really nice. I wonder what's in their hand, I'm so confused. It's clearly not lands, because they've missed so many land drops, but they've just not been doing anything half the game. So only blocks 1 creature. It's kind of tempting to let that resolve. Oh, we have a Forsake the Worldly too, so we can kill it anyway, end of their turn. So we just let that resolve. Quite happily. Yeah, the deck list should be up on Stream Decker, or if you keep... I think if you type !deck list, it also shows you it as well. Yeah, let's just forsake this Heart of Kiran here. Oh, do they have an Essence Scatter? Is that what they've been holding all game? Just Essence Scatter? Syncopate, what? Okay. I guess they just haven't had a chance to cast that. That's really surprising. Anyway, let's cast Teferi and bounce the heart. I guess we have to plus here, because we can't get rid of both their creatures with Teferi, we just have to plus. Although we minus on the heart, they can't kill Teferi. Yeah, I guess we have to minus on the heart, because then they can't pressure Teferi. Huh, this is interesting. If we plus and they attack Teferi, then, like, both their creatures are used up, so they need to draw into something to crew the heart. So maybe we just plus for that reason. It means Teferi is basically just a draw 2, but I think a draw 2 is probably good enough here. And if they want to pressure Teferi, they're going to tap down their creatures, then we have, like, commit to force our way through. That's true, Milkman, if we minus on the Goblin. I'm not really worried about the Goblin, though. Like, anything can crew the heart at this point. Yeah, if they attack, they are dead on board, for sure. Shop, I agree. Oh, sick. That's really good, Jacob. Lyra's like one of the best ones to open. Right, we've got Negate to protect from a Planeswalker. We've got Commit to clear a blocker. So we're very likely to kill them this turn. Very, very likely to kill them this turn. You were just thinking about the tempo of it? Yeah, that's fair. And no, I kind of like how if they want to pressure Teferi here, it just puts them in a really awkward situation. Ooh, they're casting a spell for us to negate, maybe? Oh, is this a ballista, though? This is a ballista. That's pretty good for them. Because we can't negate that. Oh. What on earth? Alright, we'll negate that. And then you die, then you're dead on board. Jaya's immolating Inferno. That's so exciting. Oh, new standard is wild. New standard is so wild. So I'm really happy having the Tricksters out this deck in this matchup, I think. I'm not sure what else we do want in though. The Teferi was honestly pretty great there, but we're going to be on the draw, which might make resolving a Teferi a bit tougher. Yeah, that was nice, Milkman, for sure. Crew Heart to get the legendary, yeah. I'm just going to run this back. Dominaria is the best set they've had in so long. I really love it. Oh, that's why they had a card in hand for so long, because they couldn't cast the Immolating Inferno, because they didn't have a legendary creature. That makes so much more sense now. Right, let's just run this back. I think I'm happy with how we have this set up. The wild Teleria West. Oh my god. I think this is a keep. It's a bit awkward. It's obviously a bit awkward with no blue mana, but if we're drawing into lands, we'll probably find blue mana. I guess I'm a bit worried that we don't have negates against, like, their mono Planeswalkers deck. Like, Planeswalkers and vehicles. But we have some early answers, we have a history, and the Lyra should be really good. Had a history for a Fumigate on the draw, that could be fine. I guess I worry Fumigate's not very good against, like, their Planeswalkers and vehicles, which are the threats that are actually scary. Would like to draw a land. Please. Land one time. Oh my god. I'm probably going to have to use a seal away on that PNLR as well. Otherwise I'm going to fall too far behind her. Just like use my mana whilst I have the chance. I guess her History of Benalia token trades with the Pia, so maybe I meant to target the Fopter here. But like Ballista can deal with the Fopter. I can kind of deal with either of them easily. Yeah. Settles are definitely awkward against the Planeswalkers. I figured they're like answers to the vehicles though, which we don't have many answers to. I don't know which of these we hit. I guess we're hoping to hit a land for history next turn, so we can still be in this game. I'm going to hit the Pia. The history tokens trade nicely with Pia, but they also like attack through the Fopter, which is nice. And if we miss on a land, then we can kill the Fopter, which is obviously not great for us, but if opponent's hand is weak or removal heavy, we're still kind of in this. Maybe they have a bunch of Heart of Kirans. Really hoping to hit the third land here. Right. Yes, I'm doing this. Just taking their Fopter out of the equation. Maybe I could do that on their turn. Probably doesn't make much difference. Whirl of Virtuoso, cool. So now they get to crew, hit for 4 again. They're missing land drops. So if we hit our land drops before they hit theirs... No, my heart. I wanted the 5-0. I wanted the trophy. My heart is breaking. Yeah. That's a PNLR. Opponent's deck is very sweet. I hope it gets published. I kind of want to try it. Seems like a really nice take on vehicles. That was rough. No lands in like 5 draws. Feels bad. It feels kind of bad. Means we get to run back this list tomorrow though to try for the 5-0 again. We got a nice 4-1. And the deck was very sweet. It felt really good to me. I do want to try opponents like kind of Grixis vehicles list at some point though. Yeah, that deck looked really good, Lobster, for sure. Khan and Heart is super good together. Yeah, I agree. I think they pair together really nicely. I'm going to open one Commiseration treasure chest after that loss. Wow. That was not the best. What is this card? Or is a card if you control? Okay. Yep, number two. Number 2 is the best, clearly.